Shalom. Yah Ba'Shem Yahshua Rakatha to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Atham Ba'Shem Yahshua to the sisters. This is the Lashawan Qadash. Salakia, I'm priest and prophet Barataza out of Yonkers, New York. Let's clap it up for the Lord. Salakia for the lateness. But let's get this started. So you know where we're going to start off. We're going to start off with the alphabet because, you know what I'm saying, our brothers and sisters, or the Akim or the Aquathium have to learn, you know what I'm saying, learn our language. So we're going to start off with the ancient Hebrew alphabet. All right. By the way, let's get a shout out to Justin the Paint. How you doing? You know what I'm saying? Shalom. Yah, Shalom, Atham, Ba'Shem Yahshua. Always good to see Justin the Paint. Got a little bigger. Not here. Get the door. So, all right. So right now we're going to get the.
On that test, bro.
Come. Right now we're going to get the sounding of the ancient Hebrew language, our language. So we're going to go with Ba, Ga, Ta, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta. Ya, Ka, La. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Taza. Qua.
Them wraps that you got in the fridge, you still eat those?
Qua.
The wraps that they made yesterday, class. Okay, come and take one. I'm gonna say yes.
Sha. Da. All right. Thank you. Well, give me can you please, Baba Shaw, can you put a 1 in the chat to see if you could see the characters correctly, the alphabet correctly.
Another wrap if you want, all right? Cut your thought, you don't want it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, let me just get a 1 to make sure that you can see it clear. Let me get 1 in the chat. A card.
Yeah, anything else gonna go over it, man? Be like 10 minutes, all right?
Come. I don't see no 1s. Can you see it clearly? Can you see it clearly?
Okay, so you can't see the writing?
Chantel Lowe, you're saying that it's hard to see the writing? See, I can move this up a little bit closer.
You might want just lift this up a little bit. I know there's a reflection from up what top here. Yeah. Might be a little more, into the face of the board there. Right, should be better, right?
Check that. How is that? Is that better? Let me know. Is it better to see the writing? I'm gonna try writing everything in a black marker. See if that's even better. Denisha Jones. Everything is good. I see that you say calm. Yes. All right, all right, Chantel Love. We're gonna try that on the Syrian. We're gonna use the black marker on the Syrian. All right, give me a minute to write it down. You can see it now, so I'm gonna give you a minute to write it. All right, now we're gonna start with the Syrian. Erase this, but I'm gonna write it, I'm doing it in black. Let's see how that look. It's a little, you can still see it in red, but you're saying that is the reflecting. So we're gonna try the black mark. All right. All right, how about that? Is it good in black? It's better in black? Okay. All right, it's a little bit better, but you want me to write it just a little bit bigger. All right. All right. All right, with myself. All right. Now we're gonna go back. I'm gonna go around the sounds again. So we got ah, ba, ka, ta, Ha. Wa. Za. Ka. Ta. Ya. Ka. La. Ma. Na. Sa. I. Pa. Taza. Qua. Ra. La. Sha. Ta. All right.
Isupk can get that right there before.
Say that again, sir?
Isupk can get that right there before my demons tell me to be scared of shit, right?
Oh, I don't understand. All right.
Isupk, Thor. Yeah, Thor.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, scripture says be apt to teach, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Okay. Also, who made the raps?
Oh, I did.
Big up on the raps, man. The raps are delicious, man. I feel like I bought it.
Well, it's like I didn't make. I got Yatazar make the food. I just wrap it up and just
Also, Yatazar.
I'll do Yatazar.
Okay, yeah.
But he showed me how to
And he
spice it up. Yeah. Hook it up.
Man, that food was good, man. And big up to Yatazar too, man.
Okay.
I mean, through water for wrapping them up like that. The brother took them all home and stayed.
Oh, I noticed.
Yeah. I thought I was gonna come back and see him at the Cork and Zoic for the one he left in the fridge. You know what I mean? Good night. Them brothers was like, nah, this ain't staying here for the Sabbath service. You kidding me? Okay. We got Most High in Christ. Also, Pretzels also has the Assyrian alphabet on the board. We say this time and time again. The Assyrian letterings or the Assyrian characters was a writing form that the Israelites created when they were in the Assyrian Empire. They were in the Assyrian Empire, and the Assyrian Empire, they had a writing form that looked like a bunch of arrows. A bunch of arrows like this and like that, or like a bunch of arrows, just chicken scratches, and they wrote like that. It looked all, civilized compared to our ghetto, our drawings. It was much more civilized looking than our graffiti, right? So-called graffiti, right? So we created a writing form that was neat and civilized like the Assyrians' writing form. And we created this writing form in the Assyrian Empire where we was there, right? We made this writing form in being coons, all right? It was not in the spirit of the Most High in Christ. It was a product that we made to try to be like, give me that scripture with Eve in the garden. And they saw that they were naked, right? Eve in the garden, Genesis 3 and like 1 or 2, all right? Furthermore, garden, Garden. Right? Garden in Hebrew is Hagan. Hagan. All right? Right in the Hebrew right here. I know I don't do this often. Right? Right in the Hebrew. Right? Hagan. Right? Hagan. Number one, you're gonna see the word garden as Hagan all the time. Right? But this is also, it's always written like this, but garden itself is the actual word that means garden. All right? The right here is hot, right here is the. Right? And why am I saying this? Because along with Hagan, you have Magan. And Magan is the word for shield. We're gonna put it on the board in a minute. And the word Hagan is based off of the gun here and the preposition ma to say of a protection, right? Garden, we're gonna need the book of Job too, right? Let me know where you get the
I got it, sir.
Genesis 3, right? 3 and 2, right?
No, it's 3 and 7.
3 and 7.
Con.
All right? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open, and they knew that they were naked.
Right. So one time we was on the other side of the planet before we came here in slavery. And by us, I mean Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians. We came from the east. Oh, good night. Hold up. Big up the Captain Cutters, all right? We came from the east. Oh my God! I don't know if there's something I can use in there right quick. Right? Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, we were on the other side of the planet before we came here as Negroes, right? On slave ships to come to the America where the Most High was going to join us with our long lost cousins, right? To serve up the American slavery, right? Now the Latinos and Native Indians, they came around this time of the Assyrian Empire. They left around the time, right? And furthermore, good. Okay, let's get 2 Nations 13 and 40 right quick. Right, we're gonna need to be a little quick with these scriptures, all right? Right, 2 Nations 13 and 40, all right? Okay. Second Nations, I don't want to get lost, right? So we're just gonna read it. We all know 2 Nations 13 and 40, right? In the time of Hosea was the king of the Israelites. Hosea was Hawashai, right? Meaning the deliverer. Our kingdom fell because we were sinners, right? And around the same time of King Hosea or King Hawashai, right? There was a heathen king of the Assyrian Empire called Shalmaneser, right? And he came and he ransacked our homeland, right? Took us out of there, right? Took us over the rivers that we knew were our gates to say this is our territory. Over the river is their territory, right? Go ahead, Pastor. Oh, go ahead.
Second Esdras, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes.
Right. So now it's referring to the 10 tribes, meaning Latinos, Native Indians, and the tribe of Dan, which never made it out. All right. Of this empire right here, right? Go ahead.
Which were carried away prisoners.
We were carried away prisoners just like today. We was carried prisoners to the Americas. We came here in shackles and chains, right? And what's that thing they call when you put over the mouth again? The
muzzle.
And muzzles on our mouths. We came to the America as prisoners. You know what I mean? You just look at somebody in prison right now who's in maximum. Right, we came here on slaves. Your fathers came here in the same manner. You know what I mean? Hands tied up behind their back on the slave ship to the side of the hands beside them on the thing, muzzles on our mouth, all that. Right, we went through all that. Right, go ahead.
Out of their land, out of their own land.
Right, we got carried out of our own land. Keep going.
In the time of Hosea the king.
Hosea the king was the Israelite king. Right, he was the king who we all failed with him. He failed and we failed, right? And our kingdom fell. Our kingdom, we was about to be no longer Israelites, because there was a place that was character called Assyria that didn't want us to be called Israelites anymore. He wanted us to be called the United States of Assyria, and we all had to be Assyrian citizens, right? That was the idea that they were doing. Assyria was famous for removing a people out of the land and putting another people there so that you lose your identity, right? And making everybody become a melting pot. That was the Assyrian Empire. You know, America loves the Assyrian Empire. You can go to some places all out here in Las Vegas and all kind of places, probably in New York also. You're going to see Assyrian statues here, because this is the great Babylon we're living in, and Babylon going down. You know California is still burning? California. I turned on the news last night, and California is still on fire. California, Arizona, New Mexico, it's been like a non-stop fire for like 2 years. That's since the COVID came. California been on fire. You know what I mean? Go ahead, President.
And also, that's it's actually about to become fire season in the summertime.
Yeah. Oh,
every year.
Night.
Every year it happens.
Good night.
When you say it's continuing, it's going to continue some more, because that would be the season of the fire.
The chief commissioner of the fire station out there, he said we are living in unprecedented times where this is more than usual, and this is now the new normal. He looked at all of the forest fires out there as like when they talk about the COVID being the new normal. He referred that to the fires out there being the new normal, because this is from the Most High.
That's right.
This is from the Most High. Do I dare get the scripture? We should get the scripture, right? We should get the other. Give me Ecclesiastes 39 and 28. All right. I don't want to lose this one. I just want to sidebar because we're talking about it. I mean, and we're gonna do this scripture. We gotta do Genesis. So why we created this? Because we thought we were naked. All right. Then we gotta do Job. Job was in the garden, right?
Is that Ecclesiastes 39?
Please. Okay. Ecclesiastes 39 and 28. We're gonna run over it quickly, all right? Okay.
Oh, you want me to finish reading the scripture right
now? I need Ecclesiastes 39, and then we're gonna come back here, right? Let me see if you also got a chart. You got a chart in here? Yeah. I was gonna put a picture on here. Just keep reading. I'll see if I find one over here. Yeah, when you're ready, just read, all right? Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes, correct?
Ecclesiastes.
Oh, cuss. All right.
Yeah, Okay, Ecclesiastes 39, 28. 39, 28.
39, 28.
Okay, there we go. Read.
Ecclesiasticus.
I big up the persons that are doing a good job with the StreamYard. He did all that just to make sure you can read the scripture while online watching the feed here. All right? Most High Christ. Go ahead.
Chapter 39, verse 28.
Yeah.
There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
The Lord has spirits on the earth that are made solely for his vengeance. I mean, America has got a lengthy, long list of crime. You think your rap sheet was bad? You don't know America. America is the thieves of all thieves, murderers of all murderers, fornicators of all fornicators. That's in Revelation. I just said it in another way. You see what I'm saying? Good night. The Lord said that her sins have reached up to heaven. You know what I mean? Sit down in the dust, O daughter of Babylon. Good night. In the book of Isaiah. Go ahead.
Which in their
in the Lord's fury, right? In the Lord's fury, do what?
Lay out sore strokes.
Now, what is a sore stroke? Think of your grandfather in the slave fields, right? Getting sore strokes. Sore strokes with that big long whip made out of leather. You know what I mean? And the Lord came back and hit that America with a stroke. Meaning what? It's pain. And then there's a quick break. And then there's pain. And then there's a quick break. And then he whips the whip around like this and gets ready. And he lifts his foot up like his baseball. And he would whip and until you call it quits. Here's the problem. America's getting sore strokes. Getting strokes with the COVID. New York is in its 5th COVID wave. The 5th one. America has a total of 1 million deaths now by COVID. 1 million deaths by COVID. And the Lord is saying, well, America is still bad and bold and don't believe in the Most High God of Israel. You know what I mean? Here's another soul. You know what I mean? The forest fires too, non-stop. Here's another soul. You know what I mean? What else do they gotta be? We got hurricane season coming up after summer, and they're gonna get another soul. You see what I'm saying? Terrorism ain't done neither, because Trump is out of presidency. School shootings and all that is bad. School shootings, public shootings. You know what I mean? That's a plague too. The Lord is gonna give sore strokes. Terrors come upon them unawares. Calamity shall make him come at a time when he doesn't know. I meet thee not as a man. The Lord said it in Isaiah. I will meet thee not as a man. You know what I mean? The Lord meets you in the whirlwind. He meets you in the plague. All right? Keep reading. So something you want to say right quick?
No, we also have tornado season is about to come.
Tornado season is gonna come. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of niggas, we've never seen a tornado because it wasn't for us. A lot of niggas, a lot of Latinos have never seen a tornado. It just goes through, I don't know how. They make it sound like it's all random, right? If it's all random, it should just go through cities and, you know what I mean? But somehow it always goes where niggas are not there. And where the Native Indians are not. And where the Latinos are not. But I don't know. The Lord will hurt Israel. The Lord said you're going to start with this house first. But tornadoes, what I'm understanding, the finger of God, they call it. The tornado, they call it the finger of God. It only finds white towns. Salakia. Flash floods. Have you ever seen a flash flood before? Flash flood? Have you ever seen a flash flood?
Just something that no.
No, I mean, me neither. Does anybody here ever seen a flash flood on YouTube? From what I know, it only goes to these outside white towns and wash away the white cars and homes, and there's white people swimming in trees and all kind of stuff like that. That's what I see. Landslides. Have you ever seen a landslide? No. Do you have a relative that's been witnessed a landslide? Okay. Did it affect them?
No.
Okay. So we all seen landslides on the news, and you watch videos of it, right? But for some reason, landslides are always far from a Negro. You know what I mean? Built up city on a hill, all that. These cities don't slide. Where we at don't slide. I don't know what it is. We get cursed. The hell we get cursed. Yes, but landslides, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? We've seen hailstone, but hailstones ain't knocking all of our windows out. Like, I don't know, but I know this. The Most High is real. That's what I do know. All right? Keep going on there, President.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force.
In the time of destruction, they pour out their force, meaning the Lord has His Spirit to set out this force at a certain time when He says it. And this is in the Bible. This is what, and the Christians don't talk about this again. Why don't Christians talk about this right here? Why don't Christians even point that these things are in the Bible? Keep going. We're going to read all the way down to like 32, all right?
And appears the wrath of Him that made them.
And appease the wrath of Him that made him, right? Appease the wrath of Him that made him, right? Go ahead.
Verse 29. fire, and hail, and famine.
Fire. Say it again.
Fire.
Fire. California's on fire right now. With New Mexico and Arizona. Keep going.
Hail.
Hail. We just talked about hail. Hail don't never strike us like how it strikes the oppressors, villages or towns where he's at. Keep going.
Famine.
And famine. Famine is coming to America. They got a supply chain issue. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Right now. There's no baby food. There's no baby formula. None. There's a famine on baby food. The Lord is coming for the firstborn of Egypt. Good night. The Lord is coming for the kids of America. You gotta separate yourself from this place. You gotta find safety. You gotta get into the garden. Because the garden in Hebrew means protect. Right? Garden in Hebrew, in our sense, is protect. Meaning you have a house. And your house have a yard and there's flowers in there. You got your dog running around, your cat, right? You got your goods in there. And to protect your garden, you put up big hedges around the garden. You see those hedges, right? And you got to cut them and make them square, and, right? You can't walk through it. You can't even climb over it, right? And if you're real rich like that, you get someone to make a field of hedges and you make a labyrinth in there. Because that is how you protect your garden. If you don't know your way around, you over there in the maze getting lost until the owner just look out the window and just pick you with a sniper. Or it's your olden day bow and arrow. And you just wondering, what the hell is going on? You in the labyrinth, lost, don't know how to get out. And the next thing you start running around the labyrinth, getting more lost until you just pass out somewhere in the labyrinth. And then you wake up in the chamber, in this Negro's chamber, in this castle somewhere. Right? We have a lot of history, a lot of lost history, a lot of stuff that was stolen from us through the centuries. All right? And our perception is also lost too. We gotta not be American, right? We gotta get back into the Israelite way of thinking, because that is how you conquer your language. That's how you get your language back. You lost your language because you lost the way how you would think as an Israelite. Right? Christ said this, that he's I'm paraphrasing, right? He speaks these mysteries in parables. Now, the parables are there because the spirit of an Israelite will always understand a parable. But if your mind is like the Romans, then you don't get parables and wise sayings and writings in the dark and reading. You can't read between the lines, right? You're just like if you think like a Roman, like an American Greco-Roman, then you're just simple and you only read things as you see it. And stuff you read in the Bible, you would say, oh, it's just, you think a snake talks when you become a Greco-Roman. And by Greco-Roman and by American, I mean Christian. When you become Christian, you are a Roman. You are like a white man in black skin when you are a Christian. And you will love what the white people love, and you will hate what the white people hate, because you're really them. As to why Christ said, you are of your father, the devil, because Jesus Christ was calling the oppressor the devil in the Bible. And when you are like them, you will believe that you read a snake talks in the Bible, and you will think it's an actual snake got up and talked, because you are like them. All right? Okay? 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 We got any more in there?
Come.
Keep going.
Famine and death.
Famine and death. There's 1 million deaths now because of COVID. Right? And we're reading out of Ecclesiastes 38 and 29 now, right?
Come.
Right? Fire in California. Hail that knocked out everybody's windows and cars, and you go in your car and you're trying to work freezing to death. What's the other one? Fire, hail, famine. There's no baby food right now. There's a supply chain issue. The price is going up on all the foods, and they said that the baby food got recalled because by Abbott, they said that the food is contaminated. It's no good. As to the prophecy in Revelations where it says a penny for a barley, a penny for barley, meaning the food was no good. So it was one time $3, going to cost a penny because it's no good. And then what's the name? what's the name? The broad, the heifer, man. The White House correspondent, the bitch. Jen Psaki. She came on there and saying, yes, we're gonna try to handle the situation as soon as possible, and we're gonna remove all red tape guidelines. Meaning what? They're gonna let the poison baby formulas go. That's what she's gonna do. She's gonna let do the bad formula. The recording, and they send it back. That's what she's gonna do. Good. Now, and then you're gonna see death. You're gonna see babies dying. You know what I mean? But no pride. The Lord, if you're in the truth, if you're with the Most High in Christ, if the Lord is on your side, the Lord is in control of life and death. He said it in the first Samuel that he's in control of life and death. He said it out of the word of Moses that he's in control of life and death. You see what I'm saying? Hold on. Life is Kaya. Kaya. Death is Ma. Okay? The Lord is in control of life and death. All right? Meaning what? There's another saying from one of the prophets of the Most High, right? That we're going to eat poison and live. That's what it says. Whatsoever you shall find in the shambles, eat, asking no questions for conscience sake. Right? It's another scripture, right? Okay, it's out of the teaching of the disciples of Christ, right? Okay. Kaya with a CHA, right? So it'll be written like Ha and Ya, right? It's the thing that the Jewish people wear on their necklace all the time. They wear a little chain, and the chain will have the Assyrian like this and this thing right here. I used to watch before I came to the truth. I used to watch a lot of conspiracy videos and Agenda 21 and all that garbage, right? Right. A lot of it is not fake. A lot of it is what the white man wish he could do, but the Lord is not allowing it, right? And along with all of the conspiracy theories, they'll be scared of a goat symbol and the goats and this that. So, Jewish people have this on their neck. And the way it looked like a little goat or a little lamb. You know what I mean? And, that's what I thought it was. It's just the Assyrian Hebrew, the same sellout Hebrew that we made. We made the sellout Hebrew, and the white man stole our sellout Hebrew. Our sellout, not Hebrew, but the sellout, the characters, the writing form. Of course, the writing form, the dialect. Go ahead, you want to say something, President? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Not only he stole, stole the Hebrew that, we done like when we was in captivity.
Yeah.
And we just had to just throw it out there.
Yeah.
They stole that. They even made it worse.
Yeah.
They made it worse.
Here's how I made it worse, right? This is a book from Yale University, right? We know this book right here, right? From Yale University, right? I go to page 3. It says the Hebrew alphabet is the oldest in the world, still in use today. Our own alphabet, the English alphabet, is a descendant of it by a circuitous route. The text of the Hebrew Bible used today reflects several points of developments, meaning somebody developed on the language, meaning it's been impurified, right? Originally, only the consonants were used. You see what I'm saying? Only the consonants were used. All right. By the time of the Israelite kingdoms, by this Israel, I mean Jewish kingdoms, talking about Khazar, talking about the Khazarians, some consonants were used to indicate certain vowels. As you know, we never had this. Our way was to use the consonants only. All right. But now the Jewish man, he implemented the ha to be an A and the ya to be an I or E and the wa to be an O or U. To how he gets his words like shalom. Shalom. And he'll write. You're gonna see shalom. You're gonna see shalom there, and shalom is shalama. But to get the O, the Mazarites, who they talk about down here, right? The Mazarites, right? They put the wa in the shalom. So when they read it, they can read the y in it to say shalom with an O. Yeah.
See how close it is? They do it like that?
No, meaning instead of writing shalom, right? Mm-hmm. Instead, because there's no O here. The wa equals the O, right? So what they do is now they write sha la wam. They write shalawam. Right? That's what they do. They write sha la wam. But they say it as shalom. So when a cat that was in the UPK back in the day, who never came to class, never learned Hebrew, don't know Hebrew, and he sees a Jewish man writing this, he looks at the UPK and says, "Oh, the white man has that. The UPK has it wrong. The white man was a Jew. We was African American for so many years. We didn't know who we were. The Jewish man got the real Israelite way, and we gotta get it back from the Jewish man." And they followed the Jewish man. Give me Genesis. Drop everything we got. We're going back to Genesis about the do not eat of the knowledge of from the tree of good and evil. Do not eat that fruit. Do not be jealous of what they got over there. You know what I mean? Stay in the midst of the garden. Stay in the garden. And don't eat of the other trees, the other family trees of the earth. Okay?
Genesis 3.
God. Genesis 3, right? Genesis 3 and when it was before 7. Where the Lord said, "Do not eat of the tree," and then the eagle came and took up the seeds that were not in firm ground. Salakia, the eagle, the same eagle, the same dragon, the same serpent, that same old devil. Revelation talked about that, right? The eagle, which was a snake, which was not an eagle, and it wasn't a snake. Neither was it a real life dragon, but it was a person who was like a snake in character, who was like an eagle in character, who's like a dragon in character, who's like a devil in character, who lived the life of a demon. His entire life is to put lustful things on TV so he can buy his car, or to buy his clothes, or to buy his burger. You see what I'm saying? His entire thing is enticing you on TV. Extra bacon. Look at it. They got the bacon sizzling on the commercial. You should buy this bacon, quarter pounder with cheese and the extra bacon. Look at the sizzling, and they show you the meat. You know what I mean? You know, on the bacon, they have the bacon falling on the burger, bouncing. You know, pressure is the devil. It's to try to entice you so you can sin against the Lord. You read in Judas chapter 5, where the heathens require that the Israelites sin because they know that the very second you sin, the Lord is not going to fight against you. And it said that in the book of Judas, chapter 5, verse 5, in Judas chapter 5, verse 5, right? No problem, right? 3 is Itazah. Itazah. I need some more room. Okay. Let me just try to fit in right here.
Salaki, I wonder if I may.
Go ahead.
And you said that you wanted with
Genesis 3 and 7, right?
3 and 7.
Okay. As soon as you can, please. Right? The word tree as Itazah, right? If you go to any tree, of course, it's strong. Itazah also means strong. Also, Itazam is based on the same thing. Your bone is Itazam because the tree is like a skeleton. It's like a bone. It's like a bone. And inside of you got bones, which look like a tree trunk. So the word Itazam is similar to Itazam, which is bone. All right? And those things are both translated as something hard. This is made out of a tree right here. This is made out of a tree. This is a wooden board that we have here. It's made out of a tree. It is hard. So tree, Itazam also translated to hard. I'm not going to write it on there. Learn the word tree. All right? Learn the word tree. Right? No problem, right? Don't eat from the other trees in the garden. Right? You got it? Genesis 3 and 7, please.
Do you want when the Most High said don't eat from the tree?
Please.
Oh, come. You gotta go to. Let me see. All right. Here we go. Start from verse 2.
No problem. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 2.
Oh, by the way, Genesis. right? Genesis. Everybody, just please make sure they say whether you can read or not read what's on the board. Genesis in the Hebrew is Ba Ra'ashya. Ba Ra'ashya. Right? Ra'ash in particular means head. Right? Meaning, and Ba means in. Right? As a preposition, Ba means in. Okay? Okay? Ba means in. And what is it saying is, this yat right here is pertaining to whatever is being written. Meaning, what we're saying here is in the beginning. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes you might begin before me. And if your life and your society and your whatever you got going on, if your operation begins before mine, you have a head start. You have a head start, right? And this translates to in the beginning. In beginning. The whole thing means in beginning. Right? And this is how you have to think when it comes to Hebrew. This is what you have to think when you read something in English in the Bible. You have to think about what is the root, what is the root word saying? What are the words actually saying? What is the mind of the author that wrote this thing? All right? Okay.
All right, that's scripture.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, this is what Eve talking to the serpent. Genesis chapter 3, verse 2. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden.
Right, meaning you could eat of the doctrine, all of the wisdom, the produce of the trees in our garden, right? Meaning what? Our kingdom, every kingdom has walls, right? And the wall serves like a hedge. Behind that hedge, behind that garden, you have protection. When you go outside of the garden now, you might not be so safe out there. There's wild life out there. And by wildlife, I'm talking about wild animals. Who are the wild animals? Other people outside of your race who want to eat and be a locust on everything you do. Want to be a leech to you. They want to devour you like beasts do. They want to eat off of you. They want to chew your leg. It's gonna cost, if you go out there, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Because there's some animal that likes to eat arms and legs. It's gonna cost you everything, man. All right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, God hath said, ye shall not eat of it.
Right, meaning there's other tree, there's other family tree that's there, right? And whatever they produce and whatever thing that they got going in their mind that they're producing, don't eat from that, right? Don't be jealous of them and think that their fruit is better than yours. Keep going.
Oh God.
Meaning talking about the doctrine, other doctrines also in present day time, right? Don't take on the philosophy of these other races of people. Don't take on the philosophies of these other Israelite groups. Don't eat from those trees. There's only one tree you can eat from. The Isupk is the home of the truth. If you're not in the Isupk, thou art not in the truth. You're not in the truth if you're not in the Isupk. You're not from this tree. Then Yahweh I say in Matthew chapter 3, any tree that does not bring forth good fruit is to be hewn down, chopped down, and thrown in the fire, because he's talking about other Israelites. Bring them hither that was not, that I shall reign over them and slay them before me. It's the same thing. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, go ahead.
Neither shall ye touch it.
Neither shall you touch them. Meaning, don't be the sucker online that says, oh, I watch a little bit of everything. I watch you. I watch the other group. I mean, that you eat from the other trees. You're not making the kingdom. You can't even get in the garden. Garden's close to you. Right? I mean, I don't think you need it. You're going to learn from them. You like them over there. No problem. Keep going.
Come. Lest ye die.
Lest you what?
Yes, ye die.
Lest you die. Lest you die. Mas is death in Hebrew, right? Die, right? Lest you die, meaning what? Over there, sins make the wages of sin is death. You eating from that tree over there because they're gonna call you to sin. They're gonna call, if you're a woman, you go over there, you're gonna learn to gossip. That's what you're gonna do when you go to a fake Israelite group. You're gonna gossip. And by gossip leads to what? All kinds of death, murder, disease, hatred. Hatred leads to death, murder, disease. Gossip leads to revenge, death, murder, disease. Right? What do I mean by death, murder, and disease? Meaning there's someone out there, right, who is just like Chris Rock, right? Chris Rock has to get revenge on Will Smith for slapping him in the face, as he read in Samuel. So what does Chris Rock have to do to get back his honor and dignity and his manhood? You have to go F Jada Pinkett Smith, because she's not his wife anyways. First of all, Will Smith took Jada Pinkett from Tupac. He committed adultery to get Jada Pinkett, and Jada Pinkett was just some whore from Baltimore, right? The mom convinced to marry Will Smith because he got money, right? And after they married now, right, Will Smith let August Alsina have some. So that's August Alsina's wife, right? And I'm sure she got many husbands. And Jesus Christ said, what did Jesus Christ say? You ain't got no husband because you got 5 niggas on you. You see what I'm saying? Chris Rock, Chris Rock don't obey the Lord anyway, right? Is he in here? He should be in here, but he's not. Until then, go do what you always do and get her and get your manhood back. So be a man so you cannot be a coward. And one day, maybe you would not sin. Or go ahead.
So like you're saying, so our body going west, which Chris Rock is going to do is go to that other nation and start eating their fruits.
Yeah.
And start touching their fruits.
Yeah.
Then what's going to happen? You're going to die because they'll end up sinning and doing adultery by eating the fruits and touching their fruits of the other nations.
For sure. I mean, and Jada Pinkett is she signed up for divorce the other day, right? People so mad, the UPK, you guys are telling Chris Rock of adultery. She's not married to him, idiot. They're not even married. Anyways, go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, Ye shall not surely die.
And the serpent said unto the dumb woman, the silly woman, right? Because now there's a woman who's smart, and there's a woman who's dumb. The Yahweh said that there was 5 wise, and there were 5 foolish. This is a foolish woman here, right? Wise women are in the Isupk. Pick up the Just Art and Paint.
That's right.
Wise woman. Give me some wise women right here. Name them.
Oh, there you go.
We got Just Art and Paint. We got who's we got here?
We got Chantel Love.
We got Chantel Love, wise woman up in here. Go ahead.
Denisha Jones.
We got Denisha Jones. Pick up the wise sister Denisha Jones. On the top, you seen on the top? I got a whole bunch of house monitors in the beginning of the class. You know what I mean? Come. Of course, Adam was made from the dust of the ground, right? The ground in Hebrew is Adam, right? Adam, ground is in Hebrew is Adam or Adamah, right? Adamah. All right. Of course, dirt has a certain reddish color. The word red also came from the word Adam, which is Adawam. All right.
That's it.
And Adawam, the wa I mean in the middle of a word, wa is like an ing, right? When you see wa in the middle of a word, you see wa, right? Wa in the middle of a word is like an ing. So when you look at the dirt, you pick the dirt up in the ground, right? From the Middle East or wherever, right? You pick up the dirt. What is the dirt doing? The dirt is being red. That's what the dirt is doing. It's being its color. Right? There's one thing they always know. If you stick your hand in it down and you get dirty, right? You got this color on your hand. So the color red became as Adawam, meaning the verb for the word ground or dirt, all right? Okay? Okay? Go ahead.
So we have this person in the chat, Junior, was it Tiqua?
Yeah, Junior Tiqua is an idiot. Okay. Big up to all the brothers, big up to Mashima Yash, man. You know what I mean? Big up to Sean Hollins. Sean Hollins, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? Magani Allah, what's going on? Shalom, I got the dog. All right, Magani Allah, 240. Young man Simeon, chicken eye. Big up to young man Simeon from Dallas. All right, yeah, man, get that trooper shit, man. You know what I mean? Big up to Jay Online. All right? Jay Online said something so smart. Why, brother? He's at home of the truth. Why? Because there's only one tree that's the truth. Right? If a tree bring not good fruit is par. Fruit is par. The same par in paryam. Means I, par means fruit, yum means plural. Paryam, I, fruits, or I am fruitful. Okay? Okay.
Yeah, with that stuff, you just gotta lift it and pull it off. So.
Okay. See. Coming off.
That's the different one? Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Oh, more. There we go. Aparya. Right? Aparya. Right? At the beginning of a word, when it's written together like that, when you see at the beginning of the word, you gotta check or always suspect that the means I, like I am, or I am this, or I am that. At the beginning of the word means I. That's how we say I. That's how we say I in Hebrew. Who did it? Did it. It was or bring it to right? Par is the word for fruit. Par is fruit. Yum is what you see at the end of every word where everything is written in plural. If it's masculine or mixed. I mean, if it's masculine and feminine, like a crowd of men and women, you use the masculine because men are there. All right, men are there, meaning there's a power there. Right? If you say young, that means there's no men there. Right? If you see the young with an N, right? So the yum is like how we say today S at the end of a word. There's a cheeseburger or cheeseburgers. Is it bag or bags? Luggage or luggages? A shoe or shoes? Hat or hats? Yum. Fruit or fruits? Par or paryam? Okay. A lot of nations have adapted this concept too. All right. Okay. I want to get to the part where it says they were naked, right?
Come.
They kind of right.
And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die.
The serpent is saying, come on, man, this is only one piece of pork. You're not going to die from eating one piece of bacon. Who told you that? Come on, come on. We're not gonna go to jail. We're not all gonna go to jail. I got this, man. We're not gonna go to jail for selling this key of coke. Come on, man. God don't care about weed. God ain't gonna kill you for a little bit of weed. It's a plant. Weed is a plant. When you hear someone say something like that, be very aware, right? When someone says it's only God ain't gonna trip over that. God don't really. Who said that? Who said that was a sin? Watch out for that. Why wouldn't it be a sin? Why not? People dying from every day. That's where all your murder comes from. That's where all your murder, all of your terrible fathers that you complain about the deadbeat dad is from weed.
That's right.
I mean, he tried to zone out. He wouldn't fight to see his kids. So let's just get high, man. Then I was gonna go to work, but then I got high. Ooh, I was gonna go to school and something. He didn't go to school because he got high. He didn't go to work because he got high. You know what I mean? Manhood gets real small. You don't go to work, you don't go to school, you're doing nothing with your life, nothing. Then and women are gonna talk. Women are gonna say, get a job. Women are gonna say, what are women gonna say? A person gives women a chance to belittle you. And make women feel like they have the power and authority, and their eyes are open and yours is not. And they have the knowledge of good and evil, and you're just a slow nigga. You're just a slow cat from New York. You know what I mean? You don't know too much. All you know is New York. Women going, nothing wrong with women learning stuff. Women should learn and get an education. Right, but know that a man is made to be wiser than you in the mind. A man is born to be a warrior and to see things coming that you can't see. That's how the Lord made a man. All right, and that's just the truth. And if you don't want to hear that or believe that, then you got outside there where there's death, but there's somebody telling you that there's not death. Somebody's out there telling you that you're not gonna die. All right, no problem. In the UPK, our job is to teach you things so that you do not die by not being beguiled by these snakes. All right, every single fake Israelite group is a snake. Any Israelite group that you ever heard of that is outside of the ISUPK is a snake. Every single last one. They are a bunch of snakes. All right, and the church. Of course, the church is a snake. The church will say that all laws is done away with. You're not going to die. That's what they say, right? Come on now. The white man, good night. Let me talk. He going to tell you that you can be LGBTQP. Love is love. You're not going to die. We have these condoms here for you. We have, what do you call it? We have the non-detection drug. They got a drug that you have HIV, and I guess it makes your count low or something like that. So it looks like you don't have HIV, but then there's still a slim chance you could get HIV from the person, right? So they're trying to say that you can still have this unprotected kind of disgusting sex, and you're not gonna die. Who's the dummy that told you that? The Lord, you do that, and the Lord will give you COVID and you die. You want to fight against? They're fighting against God. They're trying to put a defense against the Lord's HIV. HIV and AIDS is from the Lord.
That's right.
You try to fight against that to still do crimes against the Lord. The Lord got other ways to kill you, man. You know what I'm saying that even the white man will say there's 100 ways to skin a cat. Use the cat. Don't get skinned. You know what I mean? Don't do the things that will cause the cat skin to come for you, all right? Right? Don't eat from the other trees. All right? No problem, right? And President, you want to say something right quick?
Oh, come.
Go ahead.
You're saying so hard about you on West. Also, we have in the chat room, Junior T.
Yeah, there's some days I would love some enemies to come up in here, but he gotta get ignored today. But we on some good stuff today.
What you were saying is so hard about you on West, because this is what they teach you. Also, young kids. You know what I'm saying?
Junior was saying, Junior take one. Huh? He's mad because he got HIV. He gay. You know I mean, that's why he mad.
And if I may, sir, this is also what they, because they was fighting, you know what I'm saying, and also in Florida to try to teach your, you know what I'm saying, your kindergartners and your 5-year-olds about sex, little babies, teaching them about sex. Not only
the oppressor is going to the babies, saying you're not gonna die if you have this gay sex. That's what they're saying to the kids. We put in their minds to be gay. And you're not going to die. You're going to live a wonderful American life. So they're lying to them kids. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 28 that there's a man coming from afar, right, from the other end of the earth. And this man, I'm paraphrasing, right, he doesn't pity the old or the young. This man don't care about no old or young people. He don't care about no lives of no young kids. He doesn't care about their health. Come on, man. They want money. For the white man to get a lot of money, guess what he has to do? He has to sell you drugs for AIDS and HIV. That's how he gets rich.
That's right.
So if I imagine this, all right? I'm an evil man, right? I don't care about no. I'm selfish. I'm trying to save myself and for all y'all, right? He who seeks to save his life shall lose his life. You know what Christ said that, right? No problem, right? We talk about a man who's going to save his own life. He says, I need to get rich, so I sell HIV medicines, AIDS medicines. For me to get a lot of money, I need to sell more medicines. I can't sell more medicines if people ain't out getting AIDS. We need people to get AIDS so we can sell them medicine. We need people to eat more pork and shrimp so we can sell them all of the cancer. First of all, the cancer diagnosis needs to get some money. The cancer treatments need to get a whole lot of everything. You need a couple cancer patients to die so they can fork over all of the Benjamins you got. So they can be scared of their life. So they give you everything. They give you the house, the car. You're talking about our faith, nigga. You're talking about the most smart thing. And when you look at him and you say, that's a good man. He was cancer. You don't look at him and say, that's a thief. You don't look at him and say, why aren't you out there using all of your money to tell people to not eat pork, the stuff that gives you cancer? When was the last time you seen a commercial that says don't smoke cigarettes? When was the last time you seen a commercial that said don't smoke cigarettes?
So actually, I was talking about this before because it was about 4 years ago. Yeah. They had a campaign about don't smoke cigarettes. About don't smoke cigarettes. It was called True. Yeah. True. Yeah. That's when the tobacco company went brought them to court. Yeah. That's why you don't see those commercials anymore.
Tobacco companies telling you they're not gonna die. This is their choice. They got choice of life. It's your life. It's your body. It's your body. You're not gonna die if you take this abortion. You're not gonna get that breast cancer they're talking about with this abortion. Of course, you're gonna produce breast and your milk, but you're not gonna die. Who told you that, man? Don't get no abortion. Get a miscarriage. Don't get abortions. Right? The Lord put the curse in the abortion. You know what I mean? Come on now. Go, keep reading on Genesis, right? When you got a chance, right? That time when we speed in passages before we know it. It's 8:30. All right.
For the power, do know that in the
just read it out in English, right? God knows.
For God doeth know that in the days ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open.
Right, this is the snake talking. The snake talking about God. God don't want you to be a powerful woman. He don't want you to be an independent woman. Megan Stanley got a song right now where she says something about she don't care about, I'm paraphrasing, right? She don't care about niggas. She's gonna die independent. When she gets 40, she's gonna regret that. She's gonna eat what she said right there. She's gonna be lonely and sad and depressed. And guess who's coming behind her with the depression? The guy who's gonna get rich off depression. I got depression pills. Make me rich. Where's all the single ladies? Right? The guy with depression, he gonna sing the Beyonce song, all the single ladies, where he at 40. And he's gonna have depression pills for you. And he gonna get rich again, robbing you of a marriage. robbing you of a good life with a man. You see what I'm saying? Healthy children of upbringing, robbing you of that, robbing you of a good family, robbing you. Go ahead, brothers up. And you say you're not going to die. You're going to die from depression. You're going to die from sadness and loneliness, and you have a lot of cats and cat food. Robbing you. Sluggy, go ahead.
Oh, so it's a lot. So what you're saying is so hard right now, West, because they're always talking about, and I don't understand how, you know what I'm saying, our sisters that says this, they say, I'm going to be independent, but it's like independent from what?
Word.
From what? You know what I'm saying? Are you being independent from?
Yeah.
From where?
Yeah.
And I always wonder, independent from what? That's from the man, because we've been getting that face kicked in since the beginning together.
Yeah. You ain't independent from America. You from what I understand, you still on EBT.
Here you go. Open your eye. Then your eyes shall be open, and ye shall be a gods.
Oh, you should be a what?
Ye shall be as God.
You should be as what?
As God.
God in the Bible, right? Trying to make some space in the board right here, right? God in the Bible means power or authority. The word is Allah. All right? Allah is the word for God, power, or authority. Right? Meaning the Most High is the most high power. He's the highest authority. All right? Well, okay, we got Adam. Adam raised from the dust. Right? We're not going to the Adam raised from the dust. We talked about some dust a while ago, I think. So I wrote dust on the board, I par, right? Okay. Read the part again. You should be as what? Gods, right?
God.
Right? God.
And ye shall be as God.
Right. God equals power or authority. That's what that means. Revile not the gods. There's a law that says to revile not the gods. Talking about who are the gods, plural, in the Bible. That's what the Lord said, revile not the gods, to hate not your gods. Right? It's the people who are in authority over the tree on the earth. But the Lord said of men to have authority over the tree. If you are not in these seats of authority in this tree, then you are not the gods. You are not the person that the Lord is talking about in that law. Right? Now the ISUPK is the gods in that law. We are in the seat of authority. We have the tree, and we didn't depart from that tree. We never left the tree. We never broke the oath of the tree. We never broke the branch of the tree. Right? Come on now. Right? And we only eat from this tree. And we didn't leave this tree to believe some other tree and become our own tree. We didn't become a mixed breed tree or some weird doctrine like that. Where really you're just like, I wish I said, you talk all this Israelite stuff and this good and righteous stuff, but you are of your father the devil. Right. And the lust of your father you shall do. Right? Okay? Power or authority. Right? And this word in Hebrew is Allah. Right? Allah. Right? I always see with the H on there. Allah, right? Okay? And yes, this is the same thing that the Muslims say. This is the same thing that the Arabs say, because the Lord's name was not given to them. Right. All right. The Lord's name was not given to no Arab. All right. To no Arab. Arab in Hebrew is Arab. It just means mixed. That's what Arab is, right? Of course, the Arabs in the family trees, right? Their tree is the Ishmaelite tree. All right. They descend from the children of Ishmael, but the word Arab is from Arab, to say it was Abraham's lineage mixed with some Egyptian's womb, right? And we looked at them like a mixed people, like they're from Abraham's seed, but they're not us. There are mixed people. There's some weird people that the Lord is not with. That the Lord don't care about. Sent the kid out with the mother with a bottle of water and bread. I don't think they bread. A bottle of water, no bread. Good, nice, sad. You know what I mean? The Lord don't care about them. They live, they die, whatever. And they lived and became the Ishmaelites. And the Hagarenes meaning the chief tribe of the Arabs. And that was their tree. All right? 12 princes, they got their own nice tree. And Yahushua said the answer to Jerusalem But of course, today we want to answer to them. We want to eat of their tree, of their knowledge of good and evil, thinking that we're going to be God, thinking that we're going to be powerful as Muslims. Wrong. You made a mistake. You made a mistake. And now you got kicked out of your kingdom, your garden, and now you over there outside in the wilderness, being an American, speaking English, Spanish, French. All right? Because you're outside of your garden, the Garden of Eden. And Eden means pleasure. The word Idon. The word Idon means Eden. This word means pleasure. Right? Eden right here means pleasure. Right? Pleasure because we got the best music. Right. We got the best food. We got the best, all our clothes are linen. When we were home. All our clothes are linen and silk. You know what I mean? Maybe cotton, who knows? We wear whatever's right for time of the year or whatever it may be. Right. But all of our clothes were linen and silk. And when it was cold, we got wool. We wasn't wearing this fake polyester spider jacket we wearing now with the North Face. We had actual wool, everything. You know what I mean? We had tents made out of leather. You know what I mean? Real leather, not the pleather you got today in outside of the garden. In the garden, we had real leather. You know what I mean? And our cows fed on grass, not grain like they do in America. You know what I mean? I'm talking about good food. I'm talking about food when you eat it, like pleasure. You know, I'm talking about bitches from Ethiopia gonna come all the way over to you, call the Queen of Sheba, and she's gonna come visit you and look at the doorman and say, "Dang, you be the king. You have to look dressed like that. You looking like you living the life." See what's going on in this garden of pleasure here? He says, "Nah, bitch, I'm just the door, nigga. I'm just a shamar." I mean, you know what I'm saying? Big up to all shamar. Shamar is not a bad thing, right? Right? Even David said, "I'd rather be a shamar at the kingdom of heaven, a gatekeeper to the kingdom of heaven, right? Than be a sinner, than be somebody who eats of the other gardens of the trees, all right? So you got to always remember this when you go through your day to day and you're not watching class and you're off in the world and your mind is telling you to do something that you don't want to do, right? You got to always try to remember these things. They're important to remember when you're not in class and you're on your own and there's only you and the Most High watching you, keeping a track of what you're doing and all the crime that you're fighting to not do, right? Just keep the strength, all right? Keep strong, all right? The country's going down. The more that you don't sin, the more that you learn to resist sin. The more you resist sin, the more the empire goes down. And because of the heavy works of Commander Jihana that he's pushing through in the Isupk, the Most High, using Commander Jihana and the brothers in here are making Israelites all around realize that, we're going to keep the laws and the commandments and we're going to come into the truth. The kingdom cometh not with observation. And brothers fight their sins, and more to fight their sins is more plagues. The COVID-19 goes on for longer. America's going down to there's a supply chain issue. That the supply chain is a plague from the Most High. It is a plague. You know, anything that slows the growing economy of this place is a plague from the Most High. And this is a time when America is going down, and we are blessed to be in this time. Your forefathers would have prayed to be the brother in the cotton field would have prayed to see this day. He would have prayed. I would have been if I was in the cotton field and I saw this. You know what I mean, I would be loud and never. Swing low, sweet chariot, man. Man, this is you don't understand the time you're living in. You are blessed. You are watching this news, being all scared and stuff. Oh, look, the Agenda 21. Oh my gosh, the Illuminati. You scared scared little puppy, man. You know what I mean? This is the best time to live in, man. This is we going on a yacht party. We going on a yacht party. You know what I mean? Because we in good time. Next week or so, in 2 weeks or so, we going on a yacht party, man, for sure. You know what I mean? Everybody in the ISBK knew it was somebody's yacht party. Anyone who's in the UPK, in any state you at, you know what I mean? Just link up. You know what I mean? Link up with the brothers this week. All right? Link up the brothers or contact Shagapan. Y'all know Shagapan, right? A brother from the Garden of Eden. His name means the vine of Asher. The Asher is the grapes in the garden. You know what I mean? The garden got branches. Link, yeah. You know what I mean? The pleasures, nigga. Pleasure in Hebrew is Idon. Which is where the word Eden comes from. Eden. All right? is Idan, all right? Okay.
We have more on that, scripture.
Yes. When I get to the part with the nakedness.
Knowing good and evil.
Right. So now, a woman learns of the white man's way, go to college. Nothing wrong with college, but there's some women who get gassed up by the slave master's college, and by the slave master's what's that show? The View or the Table, The View. They watch The View and they listen to Oprah and they listen to Disparate and Ellen DeGeneres and Wendy Williams, and they get gassed up thinking that they learn something that is against the Most High. When the bitches on the show are saying, and by Ellen DeGeneres is a bitch. Be not mistaken. I did not stutter. You know what I mean? Now, they on the show telling you to do things which are against the law, which is against your own benefits, and you believe it. You are being robbed when you believe these silly women on TV. You are eating from the trees in the midst of the garden that said the Lord said to not eat of knowledge of good and evil, and all of a sudden you think that you are awake, and you're the feminist woke movement, and you think that you have a right over the Lord, and you think that you don't need to have a man, and it's your body, and you kill these kids if you want. You think your eye is open, that you free. This is freedom. This is democracy. You are being robbed. You are silly, and you're gonna live a horrible life, and then you're gonna front like everything is good. But we all know when you go home, you crying and you're getting beat up by your lesbian partner. You lesbians don't front. Y'all lesbians be fronting. Y'all fight when y'all go home, man. That's why you got all the black eyes. So you can't come outside until he's up because your lesbian partner done punched in the face because you complaining about her talking to another girl. Dumb. You get with a girl. Oh yeah, guys always cheat on me like the lesbian bitch ain't cheating. Like she's not being ruled over by a demon. Come on now, brother. Go on.
Or fight over me. They want to talk to me.
That's what they should do.
They want to talk to man. They're talking to a man.
Yeah. Rather than a wannabe man. She's pretending to be a man.
She got kids.
She got kids by a man. You know what I mean? Come on now. And here's another thing with the man ones, right? They go out and get right. They do. And when the lesbian girl finds out, she complains to the man woman, the he she, right? And the he she punches her in the face. Shut up, you see what I'm saying? And this is a real everyday occurrence where she's saying like, yo, go ahead.
So, and what you're saying, so I'm going west because the reason why she's ready to do violence because she was reminded that she's a woman and she would like men, and she didn't like that.
Yes, like that. She got faced with the demon like, yo, we're supposed to be this lesbian couple. You know what I mean? We're supposed to be, and then reality strikes, and then cast not a pearl unto a swine unless they turn around and rend you. That's what happened there. All right. As to what the scripture says to with a heretic, you know what I mean. You give them one chance, to give them two chances, and then reject them. You know what I mean, because they might do something silly. You know what I mean. And then when they do something silly, guess what we gotta do? We gotta do something silly back. And we're gonna defend ourselves. By the way, the UPK is not a non-violent group or organization. We believe in violence, and you already know. We believe in violence. We believe in self-defense.
That's right.
By violence. Is there evil in a city and the Lord did not do it? Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Oh God. Verse 6. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food.
Right. The woman looked at this ideology like, oh, this ideology don't taste too bad. It's good for food. I could eat that. I could take this in. Go ahead. Talking about feminism and Christianity.
Oh, God.
Go ahead. And Kemet. And fake Israelites. Go ahead.
And that it was pleasant.
And it was what?
Pleasant.
She thought it was a good thing. This is not that rough, hardcore body one West. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
To the eye.
It was pleasant to the eye because the UPK is too hardcore body one West. This is UPK is rough and rugged, and the women are all submissive because of the rough men are all lords over them, and she has to submit to a lord. But nah, this over here, this is calm and pleasant. And you know, we're 50-50. Man is 50-50, woman is 50-50. This is pleasant. This is nice. All right, keep going.
And a tree to be desired to make one wise.
And a tree, you go to the American college and you learn feminism. You are now woman activist. Woman should not be bound to a man. It's her body. You know what I mean? It sounds right. It sounds like she's smart. She says words like, "You are not inept." What's the other words again? You are not you. What's the one in the word they try to belittle men in? You are not inept to do this, or they say you're misogynistic. You know what I mean? She's saying the word, but I bet she can't spell it. Right? You're misogynistic. What's the other feminist word they use again?
Oh, you are being very toxic.
Oh yeah, this is toxic, or And meanwhile, she's high as a kite saying that. You know what I mean? The blood. She goes to a doctor, and the doctor says your blood level is 0. There's a whole lot of toxicants in there. Come on now.
That's right.
Go ahead.
She took of the fruit thereof.
She smoked this weed and thinking that she has spiritual powers because she's smoking this weed. You know what I mean? She thinks she's smart because she smoked weed. Because she heard that rappers rap good when they smoke weed. She goes take this weed. She ate the fruit of the other trees. Go ahead.
And did eat.
And she did eat. She did swallow up this information and threw away the Bible. Threw away the ISUPK. Along with her husband. She left her husband too. And got with some other idiots. Got with some nasty adulterer who wanted to have sex with a man, with a woman who already has a man. His genes is all up in her. And he gonna get rid of that because he's some disgusting thing also. Right? She belongs with him if she's allowed to be deceived like that. And she go and take this knowledge and think that she can do that. And guess what she wants to do? Oh, I'm gonna come back. We were gonna come back and silly. Right? Now she realized she lost a good man for an idiot adulterer. Come on now. Tupac was one of them. Tupac was a brother. Knew Jada Pinkett Smith when they was going to school, all that, middle school, high school, all that. You know what I mean? Jada Pinkett was a dummy to be the whore and cheat on Tupac. Ever since that time, Jada Pinkett been going downhill. You know what I mean? Messed up in the head, cut her hair off like the Bible said she would. Go ahead. Get the baldness like the Lord said she would be cursed with baldness for not knowing how to keep her mouth shut, thinking that she has the right to just open her mouth and say whatever she wants to anybody. Come on now, go ahead, Princess.
And gave also unto her husband with her.
And tried to give her husband this what's it called again? Around the 80s or 70s, right? The Jehovah's Witness used to knock on the woman's door when the husband was at work.
That's right.
And then she used to feed the woman with this Christian Jehovah's Witness garbage. You see what I'm saying? And what happens later on? She convinced the man to be Jehovah's Witness. Right. And they both in there with like a bunch of idiots scared of vaccines, scared of the tetanus shots, and the what's the other one? The polio shots, and scared of what's the other one that they always say they can't get? The polio shot and the measles, the measles shot, and the chicken pox shot. Can't get none of them. And guess what? They're the first one to be sick. A bunch of dummies. Not knowing that vaccine was created by a Negro who was very smart and intelligent, called Onesimus up in Boston, Massachusetts. They're having the Boston, Massachusetts camp tomorrow. You're going to be in Boston, Massachusetts tomorrow. Onesimus was a man who invented the vaccine. What was that one that was killing everybody at the time? Good night. What was that vaccine? He created a vaccine. He did it by he put a needle in a person who died from the disease, and pricked himself with it. He was just a little bit, just on the tip, and pricked himself with it. He got a little sick, but he became immune to the thing that was killing everybody. And then the white people was walking around saying, "We ain't taking a nigger medicine." Nigger medicine. And they called it a nigger medicine, the vaccine. And now guess what? COVID happened, and guess what black people are doing? We're not taking that white man's medicine because they stole it from you. Right. Just like they stole Judaism from you to be Jews, they stole that from you too. And they stole hip hop from you. And they stole cheeseburger from the slaves and fried chicken. And they stole taco. They stole the taco, man. They got Taco Bell was a white man. George William Bell or something like that. His name was. That's right. Come on now. Anyway, we gotta keep going, all right?
Gave also unto her husband with her, he did eat. Verse 7.
Yep.
And the eyes of them both were open.
And as to the power of a woman, a woman could get a woman to leave the truth. In the days of Adam, woman, you better use the powers to bring a man in the truth. You could eat that fruit over there and leave your man to eat your fruit. Woman, if your sisters out there, you are eating the fruit of the Isupk on the command Jehana, the truth. You are eating the fruit of the truth. You better feed that fruit to somebody. You better feed this fruit to your man. You should do. You should feed this fruit to all your sons, so that they live and not die. All right. Go ahead, brothers.
Verse 7. And the eyes of them both were open.
And the eyes, hold on. The eyes of them. Let's try to get the eyes of them. The eyes of them. Okay, we'll try to break this down, right? First of all, eyes. Eyes in Hebrew is what? Very good. Most times, the alphabet working up. This right here. Where is it at? Oh, this is a zero, right? This in Hebrew is I. This means ayan in Hebrew. You say I as ayan in Hebrew. So we, at the beginning of every class every week, we will say the alphabet and this figure, which is like a circle, which is I in Hebrew, right? I is short for ayan, right? It's the first syllable. Every single Hebrew character is a one-syllable letter per se, right? So you understand letter, right? And each letter has one syllable, and the first syllable is a representative of the word that it came from. A is for Allah. Ba is for Ba-ya. Ga is for Ga-mal. Da is for Dalat. Dalat is door, right? And door can be open. We said open a while ago, right? The eyes were open. Oh, we got right here. Okay, hold on. The eyes of them were open, right? The eyes of them, let me make some more room on the board. Okay. The eyes.
Yeah, the eyes of them.
Of them, what?
Both. Of them both were open.
Of them both were opened. Okay. Now I don't know. I'm not familiar with how to say both. We have to look up how to say both, right? I'm assuming it's going to be Shanya, right? Of them too, right? But we're going to find out, right? Now we have Ha, of course. I'm a student in the Isupk. I don't know it all, but I know more than you think is like. And you're Christian. The UPK is the best bet you've got to the truth of the Most High and the Kingdom of Heaven. And the UPK has the truth, and the Lord is revealing the truth to the UPK. And without us, you have a bunch of guesses and opinions and man's opinion. out there. The UPK is guided by the Most High in Christ, and the Most High in Christ has raised up Commander Gianna, right? Just like he did, raise up Joshua, and raise up Elijah, and raise up Elisha, and raise up Isaiah, and raise up Jeremiah, and raise up Yahushua the Christ, and raise up Peter, and raise up Paul, and raise up John, and raise up Yaquab and Marsha and Ariah, head priest Yaquab, head priests Yaquab, Marsha, Ariah, Shar, Kazak, Yeshaya, and Lahab. Am I missing one? Lahab, Kazak, right? Kazak, Shar, right? Good. The eyes of them, this might be Maham. I'm assuming now we're going to check it to see how much we get wrong here. Right? Go ahead.
On the should it be a yum or ayam?
Ayan.
Yes,
yes, but in the Hebrew, if it's not more than one people's eyes, it might just be ayan. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. It might be. I don't know. Ayan yum. Let's do ayan yum.
So the reason why I said it because it says both. So it's talking about one of, I mean, your husband.
Context. Very good. Very good. Ayan yum. I'll put S here. Yum is like how we say apostrophe S, all right? Not apostrophe S, but S to say plural, all right? Okay. Also, if you have any questions online, let's get it now before that's all the way done, all right? The eyes of them, ma is of, them is hum, both meaning twos, might be shanya, right? Were means past tense, open, right, is pathak. Pathak. And then the past tense, you have to put a ya in the middle, like we had wa before. Wa is like, if you see wa in the middle of a word, it's like ing. Ya in the middle of a word is like ed. Right? So we're gonna put pa, the ya, and then we're gonna compare it to what we got on the Tanakh. Okay, let's get a Tanakh and let's have a see. All right. So now it's good that we do this. But now we try to compare this, right, with the interpretation in English. Now, what you're gonna find is that everything that I said here might be on board with it, but it's not gonna be exactly how our forefathers would have wrote it. And this is why it's good to see this, to know that the way that our way of thinking is very different from how we wrote in the Hebrew. All right? In the manner of how we write, you're going to get an example right now. Right? And you have to try to learn this very strange way of how our forefathers wrote, which is the right way, and we are thinking the wrong way. We are thinking backwards, right? What chapter is this again? This was
chapter 3, verse 7.
So chapter 3, verse 7. Okay. And it says here, Watha Pakwakna Ayanya. Okay, so there you go. The thap Slakia. And what and
there you go, right there.
Khan. Tha means future tense. So they put the tense to say this is what they're going to do. Right? Pakwakna Ayanya is the eyes. So they just put the ya there, they didn't put the yum. They just put ayan there, right? We got shanya hum. So we was right to put shanya here. Shanya is how we say two. Right?
Two.
Right? Two.
Yeah.
Right? But they put shanya hum instead. They put shanya hum to say to them, the two of them. Right? This is like Two of them is like patois. Are the two of them, you know? Yeah, two of them. You know what I mean? It's like patois. See, this is why it's good to compare it. Because now we in America speaking English, and we translated the English. And, you know, I'm a Benjamin myself, so I can recognize it. But what I'm showing you here is they are speaking in patois Creole. That was the Israelite dialect was more of a patois Creole manner of speaking, right? Parables and stuff like that, right? Patois, right? So it was like that, right? So we got Shania to say the two them.
I don't want.
Yeah.
It was also you know what I'm saying, about people from the south. We say exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's my friend in them.
Friend in them. Yeah. Yeah. Just like that. And by patois and Creole, I mean Ebonics. Just think of who you were, right? Just think of your great grandfather, your family back in the day, when they didn't get to speak this good Greco-Roman English. They don't got that good English, but they speak however they speak it by nature. And the white man look at them like, oh, they're illiterate or they're uneducated. When that was not illiterate to us. We're illiterate because we're learning their language. But if we were speaking our language, we will be 1,000% right, and we'll be looking at them trying to speak like niggas do. And say that's bad Ebonics. You trying to act ghetto for Eminem, trying to be black for. That's bad. That's bad. What do you call it? Bad grammar. You got terrible nigga grammar. Bad nigga grammar. You need to go to nigga school some more. You gotta go to the IRCBK. Oh, sorry, you're not allowed. Israelites only. I don't know. Just go be English, man. Go. You know what I mean? To say what? We have our own way. We have our own language, man, that no one else can have. You know what I mean? What else we got on here? 3 and 7, right? Ayanya. Wadai is no. The eyes of both of them were open, right? And he know it for Ayaram Ham. Waya Thapar, the fruit over. Okay, read it again.
Verse 7.
God.
And the eyes of them both were open.
So they got this whole part right here. The eyes of both of them in about 4 words. Right? 1, 2, 3. 3 words. Right? So let's get a breakdown of those 3 words there that they got down here. Right? We're gonna write down here. Where first is up?
Oh, it's 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay, no problem. We're gonna do this and get out of here, right? Okay. So let's get a full breakdown. You have a fresh pen because this pen is down on me, right? These them right here, right? Well, they're not good. These pens right here.
The red one is good.
The red one is good.
Yeah, the red one.
Let me see these green ones right here. Oh, we got a strong green one right here. Okay. Okay, so let me get to Genesis 3 and 7. In the Hebrew interlinear. All right, Genesis 3 and 7. So we gave it our try. And here we go. Here's the Hebrew interlinear that I tell everybody to download by Hagios Tech, right? And let's get what they got going on here. And it says, wa sa pa pakwak pakwakana. Right? Of course, every word got a root word. The root word will be here. Pakwaka, right? And this is related to like Pasach. I got Pasach over there. Pasach means open, but this one here means open to, right? Pakwak. And this one also means open. Of course, there's many ways to say the same thing. It's like there you got a car and then you got a vehicle. And then you got a hoopty and then you got a whip. Okay? And you, okay, so now this right here is, and the eyes of them, why is and the eyes. This would be future tense, or sometimes it could be, it's not her. I don't know why they put the thought in. Okay, the thought would be there to say she, but it's saying both. And the interlinear doesn't really have why it's saying it, because they don't really know, right? But okay, thought is always written as future tense, right? Future tense, right? Future tense, or to say she, or can sometimes could be like you, because it's like a thought, but it's not a thought, right? But sometimes it could be like you have seen that before, right? And by future tense, that's like saying will do. But I don't see fitting into, you know, the usual tense that we have here, all right? But wa, tha, pakwakana, all right? And then we got ayanya, right? And that's eyes, right? And the ya is not saying plural. Ya is a possessive, but this possessive here might be used as in a way to say like eyes overall, right? It's like a way of saying, like sometimes you see this, it might be like eyes of, right? It could be like of, right? But there's nothing in the rules to say that ya is like of. But when you're reading stuff, you see ya in the place at the end of the word where it's to say like of. So if our English thinking minds, we might have to think in the way of saying eyes of, right? But it's written as ayanya, and it's good to see that they wrote it like this, so you could be in the mindset to understand what's going on when you read it like this. All right? And if you read like that and you learn it like that, then maybe over due time we can write it like this ourselves. All right? Because what we want to do is we want to get back to the past, which is not easy. All right? Okay? Okay, but there's one more word on this, and the word is shanyaham. Shanyaham. I think we got it over here already, right? This one right here. Right? Shanyaham. Right? And this one is saying to them. Now, does this mean, oh my God, it is so difficult? I can't even, if I read it in Hebrew, I can't even make sense out of it. Does that mean that you quit the Hebrew? No. It means you keep building up your vocabulary. Remember now, you're like a newborn child in Christ here. You're born again. You got to learn all over again. You're a baby. You got to learn water, banana, and bread, and ball, and toy, and TV. And you got to learn remotes, lights, door. You got to learn like a baby again. And then your parents, which is the Most High, is gonna teach you like a father would through the Isupk only. Meaning you can't learn by yourself and it's from the Most High. The Lord said, when two or more gathered in my name, there I am. Meaning you gotta go to two or more that have taken the oath to serve the Most High. That is where the Lord reveals His secret according to the book of Amos, chapter 3 and 7. Right, the secrets are given unto His prophets. All right. Now, if a man is not in the Isupk, you're not gonna learn secrets over there. You're gonna learn what everybody else knows. You're gonna have the same knowledge that the other person has. Because whatever is written in his books, you read that. That don't make you wise because you read the slave master's studies. All right? That don't make you wise. That makes you knowledgeable, but that don't make you wise. Wisdom coming from the Most High. All right? Is there any questions on there right quick online? There is? Hold on. Give me this scripture because there's a point that was coming to all of this right here, right? The eyes of both of them were opened.
There's no question. It's just statements.
Okay, there's no question in their statements, right? We'll get the statements in a minute.
It's the same person making a statement.
Oh, the hater?
Oh.
Okay, yeah. The hell with him. All right, he's dumb. And guess what? He can't do none of this. And he can't teach this, and he can't help you know Hebrew. You know what I mean? No problem. Read the scripture, right? And the person who's being on there being a hater can't break down Genesis like how we broke it down. Could not explain it to someone like we can. You know what I mean? Waste of time, all right? Go ahead. And neither could the people who he thinks he can learn from teach this. You see what I'm saying? Sad fellow. Sad fellow. Go ahead, right?
Yes, sir.
Genesis 3 and 7, right? Go ahead.
Genesis 3 and 7. And the eyes of them both were open.
And the eyes of both of them were open. Keep going.
And they knew that they were naked.
And when they saw that their eyes was open, they saw that they was naked. They thought they was naked. You see what I'm saying? That's what they thought. They thought they was naked, meaning what? When you go outside and you're naked, what's the first thing you want to do? You want to try to cover yourselves up. And that's what we thought when we was out there wearing our meaties and our fringes. And we walked into town and we was like, damn, oh my gosh, I'm a little embarrassed. I'm going to try to fit in with my person. I'm naked. I'm ashamed of what I got to cover this meat tree up. Don't wait, look at this meat tree. Let me get a, how much did I have for? What, $5? Fit it. Now I can fit in like an American and I can go places and people that are looking at me. You know what I mean? You're wearing a fringe and your studs and all that. What's that you got on? Now you feel ashamed of who you are. And now you're on the fit in. And that's why I kept this Assyrian here on the board, because we was ashamed of our writing. We felt naked, having our where's the writing at? Having our ghetto, our beautiful ghetto writing that was like graffiti. We got ashamed of it. We didn't want to be associated with it, so we had something that was pleasant to the eyes, nice and civilized and in a straight line and. Just, you know, not this barbarian ghetto Israelite chicken scratches, but then we had this good society along with the Assyrians, alliance with the Assyrians. We got allies, y'all. We got allies. Look, we the Assyrians make a contract with them. They're gonna fight for us, and we're gonna fight for them. Morally, we're gonna fight for them, but you being robbed again. You think you're gonna live and you're wild and your eyes open, you got knowledge of good and evil. You're gonna die for the Assyrians. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna lose an entire tribe in the Assyrians. You lost the tribe of Dan following the Assyrians. You lost a tribe in the Assyrian Empire. You know what I mean? Because too much sons killed and too much sons will not be made by that tribe. And they got swallowed up to go leap onto Bashan, which was the hometown of Manasseh. Okay? And the two of them were open and they were naked. That's right. Iram is naked. Right? Let me see what Iram is right quick before we go. Iram. Because we got the tent in there, which is the Yah. I always want the root words. Okay? Okay, my Amazon Kindle app is opening me onto the come on, get up. There we go. Onto the book of Josephus. Was going, kind of people with some Josephus the other day. Iram. Okay. Now go into my concordance here. Look for Iram. The root word of Iram. We got a brother called Ira in UK, right? Ira means to make bare, hence empty, pour out, demolish. Okay. Ira is also used for naked, to make bare, because that's what it said over here, to make bare or empty. So it's not the same naked as like clothes. Right? But our ira, wam is close. Right? It's used as cunning. Okay. Okay, where's Iram at? La, ma, where we go? Iram is to pile up together, because that's what you do when you're naked. You pile up your clothes together. There we go. The primitive root, properly, to be bare, or used in the derivative sense, to the idea perhaps of smoothness, because your skin is smooth. Okay? Cunning in a bad way. Right? You find out someone is a snake. You know what I mean? You find out who he is. He's a snake in a bad way. Meaning I'm talking about the person. Okay? Okay? Okay, no sweat, right? But the word Iram means to make bare. That's the root word, right? To make bare. Right? No problem. It means to strip you down to your nakedness, to your bareness, all right? Got it, all right? But the other ones, there's probably reasons behind the other ones, but we want to focus on the naked, which is Iram. Right? Naked was to use Iram to say naked in there. The root word is Iram. Iram, which means bare. Bare as in naked. All right? The yam in there is technically, now without all of the English words, we want to look at this and know what's going on here. Right? The ya is the past tense. All right? Past tense. Naked. They saw that they was naked. In the present, you're just bare. All right? No problem, all right? All right? And that's it, right? And anything juicy in the comments that I should pay attention to by the heifer? Okay, now let's not do it because. Okay, good, because we will be another half an hour here trying to embarrass the piss out of him. No sweat. Okay, so with that, I've had the class of prison officer of 500 per is up. All right?
Clap it up.
More time, correct.
Shalom, Yahba, Shem Yashar, to the brother, Salakia. Shalom, Amayim, you want to give one courtesy salute to the teacher? Amayim Shabbat, Amayim, Barak, Yahba, Shem Yashar, Yahmatah, class dismissed.